Today we're going to look at the elements of a drama. We looked at the elements of a drama yesterday, and we learned about the different characteristics of a drama, including character cast, settings, oftentimes the dialogue, and the different components that make up what a play is about, and all the details that help the actors know how to perform in the play. When we read this passage, I want you guys to pay close attention to the stage directions. Remember, the stage directions are what in the text is telling the actors what to do and say while on stage. When I'm reading this aloud, I'd like you guys to begin your unravel. I'm going to give you guys about 2 minutes to do your U, underline the title, your N, now predict the passage, and R, run through a number. Go. Okay, so you guys should be finishing up your first 3 steps of Unravel. You're underlining the title, your N, predicting the passage, and your R, running through a number. When we look at this title, it says, "Where is my mummy?" I see the word mummy with a U, and it looks like the word mommy. And when I predict this passage, I think that this passage is maybe going to be about a little boy mummy searching for his mother, because I see someone wrapped up in cloth, which reminds me of the mummy. Next, I identify that there are 13 lines in this drama, and that this is going to be a short drama we will read. The next part is A, are you reading the questions, which is super, super, super important. So let's turn the page to our questions. Number 1, use a chart below to answer these questions. How should Wilbur perform his part? Which structural element helps you understand this? So we're looking for how Wilbur will understand his part and perform his part. And then we see details from the text, what should Wilbur do, and the type of structural element. Number 2, discuss the way the play ends and how the stage directions help you understand what happened. List your ideas from the discussion. Number 3, short response. Describe, we're going to circle describe, because describe means tell me all about it. So everyone should circle the word describe, how the structural elements of a play help you understand what is happening in Where's My Mummy. I'm going to stop there because in that sentence I also see another important word, structural element. So make sure that we identify that we are going to tell all about the pieces of the play that help us understand what is happening. Next sentence says, use at least 2 details from the script in your response. That's super important when it says 2 details, because that's going to be 2 pieces of the story that we have to copy exactly with reference to our text. So that is a text-dependent question. Use the space provided on page 318 to write your response. There's also some other things here. I say hint. Describe how the structural elements that guide the character's actions also help you. And at the top it says, explore. How does your knowledge of structural elements in a drama help you understand what is happening in Where's My Mummy? Okay, so let's go over to our passage. There are a couple text features here, and I'd like you to take about 1 minute and go ahead and star or circle the text features that you see. Go. Okay, so our text features that I see are an illustration of 2 type of pyramids in the background. I see a drawing illustration of a mummy, and I see a colored box at the top that tells me a cast of characters and a setting. So there are lots of great text features. Last but not least, there's also a close reader habits, and it says, as you read, underline stage directions for Wilbur. Think about how the stage directions help you understand what Wilbur does and how he feels. So I'm going to underline some important things in that box. What Wilbur does is important to look for, and this is something new, how Wilbur feels. So if there are any stage directions that help us understand the feelings that the actors must portray and how the actor has to behave, that's going to help us a lot. Let's begin reading. We're going to venture through the passage. Where's My Mummy? Cast of characters: Wilbur, Roy, Glenn, a mummy. Setting: the inside of a pyramid in Egypt. 2 workers, Wilbur and Roy, shovel dirt into a wheelbarrow. Oil lamps the dark chamber, which includes a mummy's tomb made of stone. Wilbur, shivering. Oh, Roy, this place gives me the creeps. Roy, what's to be afraid of, Wilbur? Just get to work so we can get out of here. The cover of the tomb creaks open, and wrapped hand reaches from inside. Wilbur, did you hear that? I heard something. He sees the mummy's hand and starts shaking. And now I see something that I really don't want to be seeing. The mummy climbs out of the tomb, moans, and walks towards them. Wilbur and Roy scream. Then the mummy starts laughing. Roy, hey, I'd know that laugh anywhere. Is that you, Glenn? Glenn, unwrapping his head. Pretty good costume, don't you think? Roy, not bad, but what do you do with the real mummy? Glenn, what mummy? There was nobody in there. Just then a mummy walks slowly toward them from the shadow. Wilbur, Roy, and Glenn scream, turn, and run. That was a pretty funny story. So I saw lots of things in there that were not dialogue being what the characters say to each other, but stage directions telling us what is happening when people are not talking. The first stage direction I see is in line 3. 2 workers, Wilbur and Roy, shovel dirt into a wheelbarrow. Oil lamps light the dark chamber, which includes a mummy's tomb made of stone. That's really interesting because it doesn't only tell us who is there, the workers, what the workers are doing, but also what the setting looks like. So that is a lot of great detail. Next, in line 4, I see another clue as to what Wilbur is doing. Wilbur, shivering. That is a stage direction because it's telling Wilbur how he needs to act with his body. He needs to be shivering. Next, in line 6, there's another stage direction. The cover of the tomb creaks open. A wrapped hand reaches from inside. That is telling us part of the details of what is happening with the actors and how the scene of the play is going. So what I'd like you to do now is, with your group, please go through and find the remaining stage directions. I'd like you to underline them in your text. When you are done, you're going to fill out the chart on number 1. When the chart for number 1 is finished, you will go ahead and show Miss Norman or the teacher, and you can begin looking at your answers for number 3 and 2.